Hello IntelliScientist, welcome to the Alan IntelliBrain. We are here to perform the Intelli activity to identify angles at intersection of two lines. To perform the activity, we are going to need the following material from our Intelli Smart Box. Take out the two line scales referred as the measuring tool B, the angle disc referred as the measuring tool C, and the fastener kit from the lines and angles kit of your Intelli Smart Box. We will first make the structure of intersecting lines. Here is what you need to do. Place the two measuring tools B one over the other in such a way that they cross each other, resembling the letter X. Take out one nut, one bolt and two washers from the fastener kit. Insert one of the washers in the bolt and then insert the bolt from below into the slit of the two aligned measuring tools B at the point of intersection. Now place the measuring tool C on the top and insert the bolt into the hole of the measuring tool C. And finally insert the second washer from the top followed by the nut into the bolt. Now rotate the nut to fix the three measuring tools firmly in place. Keep the nut loose enough for the measuring tool C to be rotatable. Our intersecting line structure is ready. We can clearly see that there are four angles formed at the center of the structure. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Let us check the measure of these four angles. To do that, we first name the angles as P, Q, R and S. Observe the angle Q. These are the two arms of the angle Q. Note down the markings on the measuring tool C, which are exactly above the slits of the measuring tool B. We can see that the marking above this slit is 60 degrees and the marking above this slit is 0 degrees. To find the measure of the angle Q, we need to subtract the smaller marking from the bigger marking, which means 0 subtracted from 60. And this gives us the measure of the angle Q, which is equal to 60 minus 0, which means 60 degrees. Now let us observe the opposite angle of the angle Q. The opposite angle of the angle Q is the angle S. Now let us measure the angle S. These are the two arms of the angle S. To find the measure of the angle S, we need to subtract the smaller marking from the bigger marking. We can see the marking above the slit of this arm is 180 and the marking above the slit of this arm is 240. The measure of the angle S will be equal to 180 subtracted from 240 and 240 minus 180 is equal to 60. The measure of the angle S is equal to 60 degrees. The measures of the opposite angles, angle Q and the angle S, are equal. These are called the vertically opposite angles, and the measures of vertically opposite angles formed at the intersection of two lines are equal to one another. And like this, you can find the measures of the angle P and the angle R. We know After doing this activity, you will have gained the expertise in the following concepts: identification of angles formed at the intersection of two lines, understanding of the vertically opposite angles, identification of the pairs of equal and opposite angles formed at the intersection of two lines. Now you can change the intersecting line structure into different orientations and identify the vertically opposite angles formed at the intersection point, and do it yourself. Visualize maths with IntelliBrain and fall in love with learning.